guys, it's Cheryl with Magical Melody, and I'm here with my 1-year post-op VSG update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG, on January 5th, 2017 with Dr. William Steely. My highest weight was 250.4, day of surgery 241.4, last week 147.9, and this week I am around the same at 147.6. My original goal weight was 150, so I'm about 3 pounds away from goal. The one thing that I will say about this whole journey is, well, basically in a nutshell, I wouldn't be here had it not been for the surgery. I'm definitely glad that I decided to go with it. I feel like in my introductory video way back, I vaguely explained what happened. I did not know about vertical sleeve. All I knew about was gastric bypass, which back in 2011 I had strongly considered gastric bypass. I had a lot of my family come out and say, you know, please do not have that surgery, don't do it, don't do it. That's really, really risky, and they really gave me a hard time about it. So I lost the weight that I could, which you all know from watching previous videos I regained because of quitting smoking. However, a couple of years later, I believe it was 2014, I decided to get involved with liquid amino diet, and I was looking around on YouTube on information about liquid amino diet. Well, I watched one video about it, and then it had the next up turned on, and so it went to the next video. So I remember watching the video about vertical sleeve. What is that? I was like, that's very interesting. So I saw one video from Clusie, and I saw one other video about sleeve, and I was like, interesting. And I just kind of left it. I didn't really go back to look it up anymore, and I went on my way on trying liquid amino diet, which didn't work. So around late 2015, early 2016, I came across a vertical sleeve, and I think the first guy that I saw was Russell. I think that's what his name was, and he videotaped his whole surgery in Mexico. And then I ran across a video from Made Up Mama, and so I began watching like a lot of her videos and stuff like that, and I began the process on like basically how to get in to see the doctor and stuff like that. And because I was in the middle of changing primary care doctors, it took me a minute to get in there. I didn't get to go to the seminar until June of 2016 because there was a mix-up on that. My primary care doctor was supposed to send a referral to Dr. Steely's office. And I asked a couple of times when I was in there, like, what about that referral? Like, his office hasn't called me, la la la. We sent it, we promised, we sent the referral. I was like, okay. So by then it's like April or May 2016. So I said, well, let me call their office and see what's up with that. Because I think it was like February of 2016 when I asked my doctor for the referral. And he said that they had sent it. But anyway, so I called Dr. Steely's office. Ma'am, that's not how we work. Your doctor can't send us a referral. I said, really? She said, no. You have to go to our seminar. And I went. Nobody showed up. So I said, wow, well, what happened there? And she said, well, it's only every third Monday of the month. And I said, well, somebody told me it was like the third or the fourth, you know, in April. She said, no, I'm sorry, that's wrong information. It doesn't, it's only every third Monday of the month. And by then it was like May, and she said, well, our next one is June 21st. So I went in, got all the information, I got my appointment scheduled. But by the time I got my appointment scheduled, it was July. So I think I explained before that I had done the endoscope and the psych eval in August and September. My original surgery date was December 6th, but because I got a phone call and they said that he was going to be out of the office that day for whatever reason, my surgery got scheduled for January 5th. So here we are a whole year later, and I know that I did not come in on January 5th on Friday to do this because I was I was sitting there kind of recapping everything, recapping in my mind where I have been before and all the accomplishments that I made throughout this whole year. And I sat back and I thought again about my surgery. I rethought my surgery video, and I just went back in my mind to kind of rethink or relive what I had gone through that day a year ago. And I just can't say enough that the experience that I've gotten from this is just amazing and unbelievable. I think that when my doctor sees me, he's going to be really amazed, which that was another problem because I think somebody did schedule me for like January 3rd or something, and I couldn't make it. I had an emergency this week. So I called the office and they said, well, we're closed from December 22nd to January 8th. So I think the appointment day they actually gave me was wrong. I'm going to have to call them tomorrow because tomorrow is the first day that they're actually open and find out what happened there. Maybe I'm all mixed up in the head. Maybe they scheduled me, but it's for a later date. Which, with everything that I have going on, for me to be messed up in the head, it's pretty likely. So anyway, I still have my blood work that I need to do, which is fasting blood work, but I'm not going to get to it until later this week because Monday I was doing paperwork all day. Plus it was New Year's Day, so nothing else really got done. Tuesday I had an emergency that I had to go deal with. Wednesday was kind of an emergency because I was not aware until like Tuesday night late or early Wednesday morning that my older daughter had an appointment to see an orthopedic. It got scheduled, maybe it got scheduled before and I forgot or something. But anyway, yeah, I was not aware at the time that she had an appointment. So we had to rush out there for that appointment. And then Thursday, my two younger girls had to go under anesthesia to have some dental work done. One of them got two canines pulled, like one here and here, and they were baby tooth. And my one daughter got a stainless steel crown, like here, and then she had a baby tooth pulled back here. Well, basically, it wasn't enough room in their mouth for their permanent teeth to push the baby teeth out. So the baby teeth had to be pulled so that their permanent teeth could grow, which is also hereditary in my family because my mom, as an adult, still had baby teeth. Not all of her permanent teeth ever came in, and she never lost all of her baby teeth. So when they told me why, at first I was concerned because people in the office didn't really explain why they had to be pulled or whatnot. They just said, well, like, oh no, please don't let them be permanent teeth. I mean, my kids are too young to lose permanent teeth. Well, so I asked them again because I didn't really have a full understanding. Like, yeah, they were baby teeth. And so they explained that they didn't have enough room to actually, permanent teeth didn't have enough room to actually push the baby teeth out And so that's why they had to be pulled. So I was like, oh, thank God, thank God. I mean, because I was worried they were losing permanent teeth. And I was like, wow, that's too young to lose permanent teeth. Because they're only like 8 and 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's what happened there. And that took all day since both of them were scheduled for the same day. I mean, it took all day long, especially when they had to do the crown on the one, because they weren't really prepared for that. And it takes a lot longer to make those crowns and whatnot. So, yeah, we were sitting there waiting for quite some time. And then yesterday I did not have, or not yesterday was Saturday. Friday I did not have anything to do, which is another reason I didn't come in Friday. Because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to relax, chill, go back in my mind, meditate over this, recap, and chill. I'm sure everybody's going to understand. So that's what I did. And if you're wondering why I look like I'm only wearing a bra and a shirt or a jacket, it's because I am. Because I'm going to do a 1-year skin flick. Not that there's anything that looks any different. I don't think I look that much different. I think that I have lost some inches. Only reason I say that, I don't really take measurements because I just don't believe in doing that. I think it's a lot of hassle and a lot of work to stop and have somebody help you do your measurements, you know, it's just too much work. So I don't, but I can tell that I've lost some inches because some of the jeans that I bought around a month or 2 ago that really didn't fit when I bought them, fit. Some of the other jeans that I had that were kind of tight in the legs before are now very baggy in the legs and fit around the waist. And if not for them fitting around the waist, they would fall off. So there are some changes in how my clothes are fitting. I am now able to wear a size 8 in a pair of jeans, and I'm also able to wear a size 32 in men's jeans. Remember that? I told you that I remembered at one point being small enough that I could wear a 32. I actually can wear a size 32 now. I got a pair of Kyle's jeans the other day, and I should have brought them for the video, but I didn't. They actually fit me. And I tried it about a month ago, and I still couldn't even pull them up past my hips. So, even though I have not really been losing weight over the last 2 months, I would say that I've had a good 2-month stall. I never have stalled throughout this whole journey. I've had a couple of regains due to mostly constipation, and recently constipation, I think has definitely had something to do with why I really haven't lost any weight. But yeah, and I was dealing with constipation again this week. I think I'm going to have to revamp and change up some of the things that I've been doing to deal with constipation. Dr. Steele in the beginning told me absolutely take Miralax, take it every day. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do that. That's a laxative. And I looked for other stool softeners besides the one that I'm on that is similar to Colase stool softeners. But those stool softeners say on the front of the package, laxative stool softener. The ones I take don't say that they're laxative. They may be a laxative, but they don't say that on the bottle. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to take a laxative every day. Like, your body will think it needs that if you keep taking it. I take the Benefiber just because I don't get enough fiber in my diet. If I don't take it, then I'm going to be constipated because I'm not getting the fiber. So I take that, and then I take some kind of Walmart probiotic, and I just take that in the mornings. But what might be going on is that the probiotic doesn't have enough GPUs in it to make me, because probiotics help keep you regular, and they help your digestive system keep going. Oh, they were from Walmart. I had some from GNC before, which I felt like worked a lot better. So I may need to, unfortunately, go back to GNC and get back into taking those. Because I felt like when I was on those, they helped me a lot better than the ones I'm on now. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I am gonna add some Miralax. You know, like just one capful a day. And then maybe if I do that, I can cut back on the fiber a little bit because I'll have that to go with it. I have been so constipated before, and the last time I did this, it was like April. I was so constipated. You might probably remember it was like around the same time that Kyle had his surgery on April 4th. It was around then, and I had gained 3 pounds because of it, and I was so constipated that I actually put myself on 3 days of all liquids. And I was so bound up that I was doing 2 tablespoons of fiber to 2 capfuls of Miralax in my Powerade or whatever it was, like 3 times a day for like 2 days, I think it was, before I finally had a bowel movement. I was so messed up. So I don't want to get into needing to do that again. So I'm thinking of something better that I can get myself into daily. And definitely when I see Dr. Steedley, I'm definitely going to mention to him that I'm having issues with constipation to see if he has any other suggestions on what I can do, because I don't like it being to the point where it's affecting my weight loss. You know what I'm saying? And for me, whenever I get bad, that's a couple of 3 pounds. Maybe more if I didn't catch it on time. And I don't want to get into that. And I know that, you know, constipation after WLS is real. It is real. And I definitely will say that since the surgery, I've had a lot more trouble with constipation than I have in all my life. But recently, though, over the last couple of months, I have had a little bit more trouble with it. It could just be because my probiotic is not enough. Usually the more that it has, like I usually take somewhere around 50 billion. One a day that has like around 50 billion. But this one I think only has 5 or 10. So it might just not be enough for my system. And that might be why I'm having problems right there. So, definitely, I wouldn't change anything that I've gone through for the whole world. I wouldn't. You know. What I have noticed as far as food that I tolerate, I have never had dumping syndrome. I have allowed myself high sugar things from time to time for like birthday parties and stuff like that, or one of those mini chocolate pies for a special treat. And I think I only did that twice this year. But generally, I don't eat anything sweet. I don't eat candy bars. I don't eat chocolate cookies. I don't eat any of that stuff anymore. I do eat sweet things, but just like from protein bars or Lenny and Larry's protein cookies, Atkins, stuff like that, that I know I'm allowed to have, because I would feel really, really, really bad if I just started stuffing stuff in my mouth that I'm not allowed to have. I mean, that would just make me really upset with myself. I just wouldn't know how to live with myself if I did that. So what has happened since the protein cookies, protein bars, whatever, are not as sweet tasting, because they don't have as much sugar, they tend to not taste that sweet. And I said in a previous video, like a month ago, I think it was, that my daughter gave me a little bite-sized candy bar thing. I think it was a Three Musketeers. It just tasted horrible. It tasted terrible. I will say, I haven't had any kind of candy bars or anything like that since before my surgery, because, like, I think last November 2016, I started weaning myself off of all of that stuff, because I knew that after the surgery I would not be able to have it, and I didn't want to make things difficult for myself. So I can't stand the taste of that stuff. And the last time that I had one of the little mini Marie Callender's chocolate pies, like me and my mom like, it almost tasted a little bit too rich. And I don't remember it tasting that rich. I heard this old urban legend that says way back years ago, I heard it going around when I was a kid. Well, if you go a really long time without eating something and then all of a sudden you decide you want to try it, it tastes terrible. I don't know that that has anything to do with it in this case, because I have heard a lot of people say that post-surgery there are a lot of changes with your taste buds. I now tend to like more sour, more spicy things. I always did like spicy things, but I never made it a point to make things spicy. Now I'm like putting sriracha on my turkey and cheese wraps and, you know, stuff like that. I make things purposely spicy and purposely sour. I mean, pepper jack cheese, Swiss cheese, anything that I can do to get a punch out of it. I'm doing that now. I never really used to do that before. I would eat things that were spicy, like buffalo wings or something like that, but now I buy buffalo sauce just to have it in my cabinet so I can make my own buffalo thing. I mean, I have Louisiana hot sauce in my cabinet right now. If I wanted to make boneless chicken breast, I could just pour some over top of it and leave it, you know. I really don't crave. I don't have like these dying cravings for something sweet. Like, oh my god, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I gotta go find something sweet. I'm dying, I need something sweet. I'm not really to that point. I do still like things that taste sweet, but wanting to taste something that's sweet to me is different than an actual craving. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but it's not the end of the world. And over the last couple of months, I will say that I have been trying to decrease the amount of protein bars that I actually eat. For a while there, like especially during the summer, I was eating 2 and 3 of them a day. And I noticed that what was happening was I was starting to become dependent on them as a source of protein. And I would get like a whole ton of them, and I would run out like mid-month. They're a good source of protein, and they're something that I kind of want to keep around, and they can get a little bit costly if you keep eating them. So over the last couple of months, I have been trying to decrease the amount of protein bars that I eat. Sometimes I eat 2 during the day, but I usually try and only eat 1. And one thing that I have decided officially that I'm going to have to unfortunately cut out of my diet is oatmeal. Because somebody left a comment in my video last week saying, well, oatmeal is blinding. I mean, it has good healthy things for you. It's good for you, but it makes you constipated. I was like, oh really? That might explain some of my problem. So this Thursday I got curious. I said, well, what if I mix fiber with it? What if I put fiber in it? Will that help me? No, I still got really bad constipated, and I was all day, the rest of the day, Thursday and Friday, trying to have a bowel movement. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to break up with oatmeal, or at least make it an only every once in a while thing in my diet, which kind of makes me sad. I like oatmeal. I like to wake up in the morning and have a nice hot bowl of oatmeal in the morning, especially during this winter, because I'm now really cold natured and I always think that it's below 0, even when it's not really cold. I love oatmeal, and I love to sit there and have it with coffee. It's just so warming and so refreshing to have that thing like warm you up all inside. I like cream of wheat, but I can't ever really seem to get the consistency with cream of wheat right. I followed the instructions. It says a cup of milk to 2 tablespoons cream of wheat, but then it's too soupy. So I try to add a little bit more, and then it's too thick. So then when I get it too thick, that's more than 1 serving, and then you get too much carbs, too many calories, all that stuff. So I really try to stay away from that. So if you have any suggestions on a hot cereal that you think I would like that is similar to oatmeal or cream of wheat, please let me know, because maybe there's one out there that I'm not aware of. You know, I used to eat a lot of maple and brown sugar multi-meal when I was growing up. They don't think they make it anymore. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any suggestions. Anyway, yeah, with food that I cannot tolerate, broccoli is still my enemy. To this day, I cannot eat broccoli unless I have people at the restaurant or here at home. It has to be cooked a little bit longer. I can't eat it raw. In fact, I can't eat anything raw like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, any of that stuff. I can eat raw spinach, raw lettuce of any kind, raw greens like that I can eat. And I can actually eat a lot of that. And I can eat raw onions and raw, you know, mushrooms. I don't think I've tried celery, but I'm not really a fan of celery. And yeah, so if the broccoli is steamed and it's still pretty raw, I just can't break it down enough, and it gets stuck in my sleeve. It just is very uncomfortable. It hurts really bad. So that is still a problem for me. I still also have a problem with beef and pork. I can eat chicken, turkey, and any kind of fish really well, but beef and pork is something I still struggle with. It has to be cooked where it's really, really tender. It has to be cooked in a pressure cooker or like a crock pot or something like that. Like I had an episode like a month ago where we had some leftover pork in the fridge and Kyle heated it up. It had been sitting in the refrigerator for a good 3 days. And, you know, he just took it out and heated it up. And, he probably thought it was fine, you know what I'm saying? And I ate it. And then I got a phone call. And I was like, oh, well, let me take this phone call. But it stayed stuck, like, right there. Like, kind of. And it stayed there. I was like, oh, well, I gotta take this phone call. Like, it'll be alright. It's cool. It'll go down. Well, after I got off the phone, I sat there a little bit longer. The stuff is still stuck there. So I started feeling like I was going to throw up. I was like, oh man, no. I have never thrown up this whole journey, and I'm not going to throw up now. So I got up and I went outside in my backyard. You know, it was dark outside, and we don't have any street lights on our street, so I'll turn the porch light on and I'll walk outside in our yard, walk around the pool and stuff like that. Just try to walk. I hope that'll help. It did. It finally went down. And yeah, so and I told him, I said, next time that there's leftover beef or pork like that, make sure you pour a little bit of water on it and chop it up fine. He's like, okay. So the next time we had it like that, that's what he did, and it was fine. But yeah, I mean, it's harder for me to eat beef or pork. I generally can't get as much of it down. I'm like 3 or 4 bites and I'm full. So I said it before in a video, I don't really do well with getting protein from meat. Unless it's like fish or shrimp or something like that. So, yeah, as far as pasta, I can eat the spiral spot. The stuff that's spiral, I don't remember what they call it. Rotini, I think. I can eat that. Spaghetti noodles or penne or any of those tend to be too doughy, and they tend to stick. And they leave me with this lump down there. Mashed potatoes do the same thing. I can't eat mashed potatoes. I can't eat a lot of bread. I can't. So I usually buy whole wheat tortillas or flatbread to keep around if I feel like I want a sandwich, because I just can't eat the bread. Like if I go out somewhere and say I'll order a hamburger, with the bread and all the toppings, I can only eat about half or maybe a little bit under half of that hamburger with bread. Because the bread, it just gets stuck in there. It leaves me like with this lump, and it takes it longer to go through. It's just, bread is just not my friend anymore, you know. So flatbread and tortillas work better for me. But, you know, some of the things that I mentioned, I'm glad that I have to part with, because some of those things aren't good for you anymore. Anyway, so it's okay. I'm fine with it. You know, it's just been a learning process over the first year, you know, relearning my body, what it will allow me to do and what I'm not allowed to do, and what settles well in my stomach, what doesn't. You know, all that stuff. I thankfully have never had dumping syndrome. Although a lot of people who have, and it's very, very bad. The only thing that I have had is some things that I've gotten that cause my heart to race. But other than that, I haven't. I have had the heart racing when I did like a Power Crunch bar and a glass of skim milk. For some reason, that caused my heart to race. So now whenever I want to eat Power Crunch, I try and not have it with milk. It seems to help. But Power Crunch is like over 200 calories anyway for those bars, so they're almost not even worth having, because you're taking on all those calories and then you're only getting 13 grams of protein on them. I like Pure Protein better, because Pure Protein, you're getting like 20, 21 grams of protein out of one of those bars, and it gives you a lot of fiber. So they're better. And the coconut ones, I forgot what they're called, coconut cream or something. Those are really, really good in the morning with coffee. So yeah, that's basically all I had for this week. For this update, just a short little recap and whatnot. And like I said, I'm really glad where I'm at. I wouldn't go back. You wouldn't pay me to go back. If I had to do it all again tomorrow, I would. It was worth every bit of pain and agony that I had to go through, and believe me, it was really painful for me. When they gave me the stuff to make me go to sleep, I just remember feeling high as a kite. Really, really high. Super high. I mean, and I found out why later. Why was I like that? But I lay there, I don't know, for a good 3 or 5 minutes feeling that way before I went out. And then when I woke up, all I saw was some dim lights above me, and I heard some woman coughing in the background, and I don't really remember anything else except for all the pain I was in. I immediately recognized when I woke up how horrible the pain was that I felt. It just was really, really bad for me. And the whole time that I was in the hospital, I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to drink. The next morning, the lady came in and said, "What you gonna, you didn't order your breakfast?" I said, "I can't. I'm not supposed to have anything. I wasn't supposed to have anything all yesterday and all last night, and the doctor didn't tell me I could have it." And she said, "Well, let me check with them." And they never came back. They never came back to make sure that I had had anything. The barium swallow almost made me sick. I was like trying so hard not to throw that stuff up. So hard. Oh my God, I thought it was going to come back up, y'all. It was terrible. They ended up having to give me something for nausea to keep me from throwing up, because I just really thought I was going to puke. But yeah, they sent me home that day without making me drink anything. And I was like, wow. And I think the doctor knew that I just wasn't feeling well. I wasn't. I was terrible. I got up to walk once up the hallway whenever I was in the hospital. And I got up in my room by myself, you know, got up to move around, go to the bathroom, wash up, you know, stuff like that. You know, so I did move around, but I didn't actually walk. I mean, I just felt so tired and in so much pain and just so, leave me alone, get out of here, let me sleep. I actually told one of the nurses like a couple of hours after they brought me back to my room after my surgery, man, can you please let me sleep? You guys keep on coming in here asking me questions and stuff. I am in so much pain and I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed. And I didn't see nobody that night after that until like around 7 or 8 o'clock. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. But I'll leave a link down below for if you want to go watch my surgery video. It's gotten a lot of views on here. Oh, like I think it's over 600 now on the views that it's gotten. So yeah, I'll leave a link there so you can go watch it. But wow, yeah, I mean, it was worth every bit of pain and agony I had to go through. I would go through it all over again tomorrow if I had to, because it's been a life-changing experience for me. I would not be here. I would probably be over 300 pounds had I not had it done. And aside from all the stress and crap that I got going on in my life right now, I still am very, very, very happy. Very happy. Because I can tell you that before, the stress I'm under would absolutely make me gain a lot of weight. I absolutely would have put a ton of weight on. So, yeah. So real quick for you, I am going to kind of change camera positions and do the skin flick. As I said before, I don't really think that I changed all that much really since my goal skin flick, except for I may have lost a few extra inches.
Oh.
Okay. I need to turn this light on, maybe you can see a bit better. Okay, so here I am at 1 year out. I'm sorry that it's cutting my legs off. But yeah, under the circumstances in the room that I'm in right now, it's the best I can do. So these are shorts that before, when I bought them, I think around 2014, they never fit me. They fit me like underwear. That they were so short I couldn't wear them anywhere. But now they're very, very loose around the legs, and they basically don't fit except for around my waist. Then my stomach, yeah, I got some skin, but it's not horrendous. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely some skin there, but it's not terrible. So I would say that I'm pretty lucky with that. My thighs. Like, I don't know if you can see when I put my thighs straight how much skin I actually have there. That's probably the only thing that really bothers me about this, is because of how that sits. And like I said, I don't know if you can actually see that. And then when I turn around, I have like some ripply stuff in my butt area. I said that before, but I always have trouble with getting it to show on camera. It's like right there on the bottom part. This is what I'm talking about. It's kind of ripply. But everything, my arms are not bad. I was kind of worried at first that those would be a lot worse than what they are, but they're definitely going to keep me from getting my sleeve tattoo done up under there, because I can't have him put something underneath of there because it's tight. So I'm going to have him stop about there. That's as far up as I'm going to be able to go, and I'm working on my sleeve tattoo. And then as you can see, I left it blank for the video. You see, remember the roses and guitar up there, and then the tiger lily that I showed you last week. This lighting is not good. I'm trying to show you. There's the tiger lily, and what happened this week is I got some shading there, like underneath of the guitar, to bring the tiger lily and cleft in with the guitar. And then the next part I'm going to work on is going to be from here all the way down. It's going to wrap around my arm, like from here to here. And then I have this piece under here that whenever he does the other part of my arm will almost meet up with this, so then he can do the shading. Then all I'll have left is this part and that little part like up underneath of there. I really don't have much boob left. This is just a little strapless bra that I had in my drawer today. I said, well, let me put that on because that's the best way for me to show. I lost all of the fat that was up underneath of here. I used to have like a roll down here and it used to do like that. It's gone. So yeah, there's a lot of, I'm really liking the definition in my shoulders and my collarbone area. I really like that a whole lot, and there's no back fat or anything. Just an impression where my bra is kind of digging my skin a little bit, but that's all. So overall, I'm really super happy. I mean, yeah, maybe one day I'd like to get some skin. I'd like to get a 360 tummy tuck to help take some care of some of that on my butt and then help get rid of the skin on my tummy, but and then take care of my thighs. But really, other than that, I think I'm okay. A breast lift would be nice, but I don't want like big knockers. Like, I want to still be able to wear clothes. Right now I'm about a 34C, 34D. So, I mean, they're not that big, but I mean, I still got something there, you know. So, yeah. So anyway, that's all for this video. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, please subscribe. And I haven't done the Jeffree Star Cosmetics upload where I was going to do the Christmas 2017 haul. There's so many people out there that do that and review his products and stuff like that. I don't really think it's necessary. And then the lighting was bad in the room that I did it in and all that stuff. So let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in seeing. Then I'll maybe refilm it and upload it then, because I feel like I need better lighting so that you can see everything. And I thought that I did a really bad job of it just because of the lighting issues. So yeah, let me know. And again, if you're new, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And thank you so much to all my new and old subscribers. You guys mean a lot to me. I wouldn't be here without all your support. And shout out to Hello VSG 2016, happy Surgiversary, because her surgery was the day before mine, January 2017. And shout out to Taylor of Short Sleeve Tea, who is newly pregnant, I think around 8 weeks. And also shout out to Made Up Mama, or Patrice, who is also newly pregnant. So I wish you guys the best of luck with your pregnancies and that you have healthy brand new babies. And shout out to Nirvana, because 2 weeks ago she had a gastric bypass revision to distal bypass and seems to be doing well, and I hope that you continue to do well on your journey. So I will see you guys in the next one, and thank you for being here for me on my journey. I really appreciate it. I just don't know if I could have gotten through any of this without you. I just don't. I mean, because it's definitely been a challenge if you're new and you're thinking about having the surgery, don't ever let anybody tell you that it's easy or that having surgery is the easy way out, because you still have to follow a lot of rules. You still have to watch what you're eating. You can't just have surgery and lose the weight. It doesn't happen like that. Don't let anybody tell you that. You still got to work at it. It takes a lot of work, and it's a daily fight for the rest of your life. You're gonna be on a weight loss journey forever. You don't just lose all the weight and then, okay, I'm done. You're never done. It's gonna be a constant and endless battle with your weight. So don't let anybody tell you that it's not gonna be, because it will be. That's why we have trouble before we have the surgery, lose a lot of weight and then regain it, because after you lose the weight, the problem is we feel like, oh, now we lost the weight, we can go back to what we were doing before. You can't ever go back to your old ways. You gotta stay on top of things. It's always gonna be a lot of work, a lot of effort for the rest of your life to keep your weight off. So anyway, that's all. That's all I have, and I will see you guys next week. And my next update, I think next week will be week 53. Happy New Year. Peace.